Hi, I'm Jamison, and I'm going to take you through my SolidBuild shed. We chose the Solana model because it was the best size for our yard and because it was under the permit requirements. We shopped around a bit for other models from other companies, and there were comparable ones, but the thing that really distinguished SolidBuild was that they offered free shipping, and other companies were going to charge several $1,000s. Right now, we're just using the shed as sort of a lounging and extra lounging space. I like to call it my nap shed. I put a comfy couch in there and I like to take naps in the afternoon. You can see here that we switched out the pillars holding up the overhang on the outside of the shed. We did this because the pillars that came with the shed didn't raise up high enough to be level with the foundation. We switched the overhang on the Solana model. I think in the stock photo it goes on the side of the shed, but we switched it to the front because it just seemed the most practical in terms of shielding from rain and elements and sun. To seal the shed, we used a solid wood stain on the outside, and we used a clear stain varnish on the walls and the ceiling on the inside. We stained the floor, and then we put varnish on top of the floor, so the floor is a little bit darker than the walls on the inside. We bought in a window add-on, which is great for cross breeze and just kind of opening the space up. For electricity, we ran an extension cord from an outside outlet on the house. We ran it through the yard and under the shed. We put a little hole in the floor of the shed and ran it up through the floor. There's a cross beam over the door that comes pre-notched, and there's one beam that didn't have a notch, and we figured that was a flaw in manufacturing. So we put we notched a hole into the beam, but we later found out that that notch is not supposed to be there on purpose because the roof is on a slant, and that just kind of shows you how you can overthink things during the assembly. The French doors are great. We just have a couple little issues. One of the doors, it swings open and close, especially when it's windy, so we just added a little kickstand to it to keep it open. And then on the inside of the door frame, the lip is just a little bit bigger than the outside, which makes it difficult if you're going over the threshold in a wheelchair or with anything with wheels. The assembly process was the most difficult. If you're handy, you should be able to manage it, but we hired a handyman. Another issue we had with the foundation was the handyman built it directly onto the dirt, and there was little or no airflow getting in under the wood frame, and I was worried about drainage and settling and also mold. Overall, it's a great product, and I'd buy a million of them over and over again. It takes some work, but it's really worth it to have that space and that beautiful space in your backyard and to increase the value of your property.